This week has been all about knocking little tasks off the list. Nothing terribly exciting, but life can't always be full of excitement. Sometimes there's mundane tasks that need to be done. Oh my goodness, I can hear gunshots in the distance. Hunting season on a Sunday. Yeah, so this pump is exactly the same as the pump for the pig's water. That pig's water one starts first pull. This one, man, it's not first pull, and when it starts, it like starts, and then the minute it like peters out straight away. I can't get this to run. I don't know. So what happens is I pull the start. It takes. I move the choke button like choke lever like I'm supposed to, and it peters out straight away. So I don't know. It's just like the plants are surviving on dew at the moment because I can't get this pump started. Not using this IBC tank at the moment. Not just because I can't start the water pump, but also because we've put in an irrigation system, which of course doesn't help if you can't run the water pump. So this IBC tank is probably going to get moved up closer to the house because I'm going to have to start thinking about the plumbing. Should have something here to be able to build a woodshed. So I'm thinking I am going to build like a little wood area over here, because my barbecue is eventually going to be there and the cottage is right there. So if I put the dry wood for this year's winter over here, then it'll be easy access for barbecue that doesn't exist yet, and cottage, which is coming along nicely with my lovely wood burner. So this is today's mission. This area will eventually all be covered up by a veranda. So the roof, I'm not going to worry about getting a perfect slope or anything like that, because it will eventually be covered by a veranda as well. But I'm thinking of making quite a long one that's the length of one of these pieces of metal. Beautiful blue sky, but quite an strong icy wind blowing today. So I've measured one of these metal sheets is about 1 meter wide, 320 long. So I'm going to go and look to see what eucalyptus posts I have. So I was going to build a little wood storage area next to that wall over here, this wall, using the eucalyptus posts. But I'm thinking, because this is eventually going to be covered with a roof, because this is going to be my veranda area all along here, and I will eventually be paving where the gravel is now, paving that area. The wood shelter area I'm going to make is going to be temporary. So what I'm thinking is I may as well use these bricks, because I can't use them until the kitchen floor is done, and then they're going to be going into to build like my cupboard areas. So I'm going to use these bricks, and then I'm just going to put the sheet of a sheet of metal tin roof on top of it, and then and put that, anchor that down with some of these big stones over there, and that should work, I'm hoping, and that'll keep the wood dry that I'll be using in the house, and but for the wood burn in the barbecue. Oh, here comes Mary Poppins popping in to say hello. Okay, so here is the very temporary roof storage. I don't know how it's going to... roof storage, listen to me. Wood storage. I don't know if it's going to work. That one, those bricks are about to fall any minute. So I'm not too sure if this system is going to work. I think I am probably going to have to build one from the eucalyptus posts. So yesterday I drove through to Gavin and Gabby, who stay near Coimbra, and they were the people who kindly gave me the tiles that I used for my the floor of the cottage, and they had some more stuff for me. So they have given me one of these little heaters for the kitchen, and this is a electric box to put the inverter in, and different like plumbing supplies, water filters, shelving, and these are like the waste things for a sink. They've given me a kitchen sink as well, and yeah, nice tap in that box. So thank you very much to Gavin and Gabby. Okay, this electric cupboard is very heavy. I might have to wait until someone comes to visit to help me move it out. So it hasn't fallen over yet, but I reckon it's going to happen, and I'm not going to bend under there to get wood out. I think it's a bit unstable. So back to eucalyptus posts, and I'm going to try and see what I can do now. Okay, I think I'm going to have it make these posts 130. Okay. So I worked out the length that I want it to be, 1.3 meters more or less high. So I've managed to cut through the wood with the circular saw. I'm now trying to figure out how I'm going to attach it onto that, and how I'm going to do this by myself with nobody to help holding things up. So I thought I'd share my experience with medical things over here today. So this afternoon I decided I was going to come to the medical center in Fundau, where I had received my numero attenta a while ago. And because I'd gone to the doctor in Orca, the medical center in Orca, and they said, no, sorry, can't see you, you've got to go to Fundau. So I've come to Fundau, and they sent me to one office, and then they said, no, I've got to go to another office, and eventually I ended up, I think it was probably like the outpatients, and I had to sit and wait there for 2.5 hours. But I got quite far into the book I was reading, so that's good. Anyway, I saw a really nice doctor. She speaks English, and she said to me that I shouldn't actually be coming to her. I should have registered for a family doctor. But the problem is, in this region, all the family doctors are booked up, and there's not enough family doctors. And at this medical center, there are only 2 doctors. And so I was quite lucky to get to see her. It's just because I'm needing a new script for all my medications, and anyway, so she's filled most of them. Some of them she doesn't quite understand. I've got to bring the boxes in, so I've got to come back again, because I got in to see her eventually at 5:05, and she said I have to register for a family doctor at the other part of the building, and they close at 5. So I just missed that. I could have done that in the 2.5 hours that I was sitting there. Anyway, that it is what it is. So yeah, it's not easy to get a family doctor. They are all quite full. But I have to register for one, and hopefully when there's an opening I get given a family doctor. It's similar to Norway. Norway, they also, once you get registered with your like your medical number, they appoint a family doctor to you. You can eventually go on a waiting list and change online. They don't do that in Portugal. If you're lucky enough to get a family doctor, you hang on to them. So that's the story. Also, she said, because I haven't had blood work done for quite a while, and since I've been in Portugal, and I have to have that done every 2-3 months, she's written that out for me, so I can now go to a lab, get the blood work done, and apparently I don't pay anything, so that's good. And my medication is virtually free as well, so that's the good news. So I thought I'd just share that. After a 2.5 hour wait, at least I've got a script to take to a pharmacy, and I've got the form completed for me to get the blood work to see if medications need to be adjusted. And now I know I've got to come back and register for a family doctor and hope that there's going to be an opening somewhere in this region. So that's things medical. Just picking up the last few poles from Luke's chopping spree, and I've just got some pine firewood for next year as well to pick up further down my track. Whew, some of these posts are pretty heavy, but I think when I get to build a chicken coop, they'll come in very handy. Look at my little audience while I am picking up the pine that Luke chopped up for me. They're so curious. They have to come and watch what I'm doing. But they're making sure they stay far away from the electric fence. I think they've all been zapped a couple of times, but they're hanging around, coming to watch what I'm doing. I'm here on Evelyn's beautiful farm, collecting some old furniture she doesn't want. So this is 2 old women loading up old antique furniture. So this is the furniture I just got from Evelyn. These 2 tables, what I'm thinking of doing with them is actually eventually putting a mosaic on the top of them. But look at these, the nice detail. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be criminal to do this, but I was thinking of maybe painting this a lighter color. But yeah, even place for my Starbucks mugs. This little table over here, this one, I think will go nicely in the bedroom. I can actually use that to put my MacBook on and maybe sit on that as like a little desk. But yeah, lots of good stuff for the kitchen. I'll have to cover it up with plastic, like I'm covering up everything else, until I get that floor finished. Lots of little chairs. So much work to do, but I'm just going to sort of chip away at it slowly now that I've got the major thing done, like with the roof. But a lot of work to do. I need to do that kitchen floor. I need to finish the pointing inside around the roof. I've got to grout those tiles, have to build a frame for the solar panels, got to finish my bathroom, build the vermi toilet. That's all things I've got to get done before winter. And the difficulty is that I have so many online assignments at the moment that I am basically working full time. So sometimes if it's a time difference, then I'm working the whole night, starting at 10 at night, finishing at 6 in the morning. Things we do for money. So if you could give the video a thumbs up, that'll be great. Comment below, buy a coffee, do a happy dance, whatever you want, as long as it makes you happy. So keep sane, keep safe, and I'll see you on the next video.